Well, welcome to another look behind the scenes of the Theodora The Great. And I'm Dr.Larry. I am the founder and president of Action 21st, a company that I developed to produce my screenplay, Theodora The Great. And Theodora The Great is a 3-hour historical drama about the life and times of the famed actress who became empress of the Byzantine Roman world in the mid-6th century. And today I want to talk about a little bit about the interview audition process for discovering who will be our debut Axum 21st studio star. And I say studio star because I'm really trying to bring back that tradition where you have a star that not only is front and center in terms of one particular movie, but also in terms of developing a brand. And that's what I'm after and looking for the leading lady of Theodora the Great. I'm looking to develop a studio star. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is what would an agreement look like with that particular person, whoever was chosen to portray the role of Theodora the Great. And one of the things I want to talk about is this same template would be used for many of the other roles that will be available in the production of Theodora the Great. So as you're listening to the template, what a potential contractual arrangement might look like with the leading lady, you'll basically be hearing some of the outlines of what your own contractual arrangement would look like in terms of any of the other roles, whether it was Antonina, the lead supporting actress, co-starring role like Theodora, co-starring role like the Emperor Justinian, or lead supporting role like the role of the legendary General Belisarius. So I'm just going to talk in really general terms, and this is not going to be specific because every contract, while they do have some general terms that are similar, there could be individualities that are also taken into account. So first of all, the contract with Theodora, the person who's going to be chosen to portray that role, it's going to be what's called a deferred contract. And what does that mean, deferred contract? It just means basically like this is a brand new company. It doesn't have a history. So one of the things that we have to do in producing our debut motion picture is part of the process is whoever's chosen for that lead role, they have to be convincing enough to investors to say this person can actually carry it off. The person you've chosen to be Theodora the Great is a person that we feel is going to be attractive enough to the movie-going public that we'd be willing to invest our funds into this project. So you're coming in at a ground level. You're coming into basically something that's the screenplay is already to go, the ideas for the business plan for the company has already been set, and these things are done, but the fundraising has not happened. So you have to be someone who has an entrepreneurial spirit. Right? It's almost like starting your own company, kind of in a sense. And so your contract would reflect that very heavy role carrying that you're going to be doing, because you're going to be not only the lead in the motion picture, but you're also going to be the Axum 21st studio star who's debuting the Axum 21st brand to investors. So you'll be involved in photo shoots, you'll be involved in putting together teaser trailers, all of these things that will be used to bring the product to sophisticated investors and say, hey, look, this is something you can do to help us produce this motion picture. That's why it's very important for you to be unattached. That's why I'm looking for someone who doesn't need the money. You know, if in other words, like you can go through the pre-production process. The pre-production process, that is before we actually start filming the actual movie. You can go through that. You can take care of yourself. So you have to be able to do that. That's one of the fallbacks of this position of Theodora the Great is you basically are in the first part of the process. You have to be able to survive, and so you're coming in on the ground floor of this production process. So you have initially a deferred contract. So basically, the deferred contract just simply says there are these elements in it that you're going to receive with the success of the movie, but a large chunk of that is not going to come to you until after the movie is completed, and it is profitable. So that's another reason why you want to be in a position where you can actually do something like that. Now, if every contract is different and the arrangement on how that works with Theodora is going to be different than with every individual character. So it all depends on your situation, but in general, the idea is that you start out, you're going to have a deferred contract. The other general principle that the contractual arrangement with the person who becomes, who is chosen to be Theodora The Great for the Action 21st production, is there is going to be a fixed salary in the contract. So that fixed salary will be something it's guaranteed to you in terms of the fact that you have a deferred contract, but your fixed salary is guaranteed once the company is profitable, once the movie is made and it's out and it's profitable. That salary of yours is fixed; it can't be changed. So that's another part. That's another part of the contractual arrangement. Also, you will have a fixed percentage. So not only do you have a fixed salary set at a certain level, but then there is a percentage amount that if as the movie is being shown among the general public in the theaters, through DVD sales, etc., you receive a percentage of that, so that if that percentage is greater than your fixed salary, you get the difference added to your fixed salary. So that's a general principle. What that fixed salary is and all of that, what the percentages are, this is all negotiable between Action 21st and the person who becomes Theodora The Great. And as a general principle, it would be the same with the other major roles. The other thing is, of course, I mentioned profitability, and that will be generally is the first year after profitability. Another thing that generally is involved in terms of the contractual arrangement with the person who's going to be the leading lady of Action 21st studio star is you receive stock in the company. So one of the things that I wanted to do is to make sure that whoever is involved with Action 21st at this startup stage of this first debut motion picture is that they will benefit in ways that they wouldn't have to be in every movie that Action 21st ever made. And so starting and giving an incentive to be a part of a startup motion picture company is the stock aspect of it as well. So there'll be a percentage ownership through equity for the leading lady, and you can extrapolate from that that would apply on a certain level to the other major roles as well. One of the things that is important and part of the budget, as I explained in the previous video, we do already have a budget set, and that budget is in the business plan, and that business plan is a part of the package that would go to sophisticated investors. And one of the things that we really want to do with that budget, and those of you interested in investing, listen up, part of that budget includes we want to pay our talent during principal photography, so we don't want them to have to wait completely until the movie is made before they start getting paid. So I feel, in putting together the budget, that they should be getting paid during principal photography when we actually start filming the movie. So into the budget is written monthly stipends that are part of the salary package as well. So that's the general principle, and that would apply to all the roles contractually. Generally, that is what happened here. Definitely happened with the contractual arrangement that would occur with the leading lady. Of course, every contract would contain a percentage of merchandise sales. And so, whatever that percentage is going to be, it all depends on the particular role, particular person, experience, and negotiable. One thing that is very important to me and for Action 21st success in making sure we can actually produce this movie and complete it and get it into the theaters and get it into DVD sales, etc., is all the contracts contain what's called the right of first refusal. What does right of first refusal mean? Right of first refusal means basically that you have to get the agreement of Action 21st, myself, as a director and producer, to engage in any other motion picture production activities that might interfere with the production of Theodora The Great. And of course, the purpose of that is to make sure that we're dedicated to this project and making sure that it gets done and making sure that we're available to make sure that it gets done. And that's a general principle, as I said. And then depending on the individual situation, some aspects of that can be negotiated, but the general principle is contained in our contracts, especially with the leading lady role. It's very important. So see, these are some of the, I guess, ASO principles that the leading lady, Theodora The Great, would find as a part of the contractual arrangement. There are many other details that would be a part of such an arrangement, such an agreement, but it's entrepreneurial in spirit. And that's why I'm looking for somebody who is that, who has that as a part of their makeup. And so I hope this clarifies some things about what an arrangement with passive control and some universe might look like. And I thank you for listening. Until next time, once again, I'm Dr.Larry Johnson, and I look forward to discussing this project with you in the near future. Bye.